It's that magical time of the decade where everyone creates best of lists to distract ourselves from the inevitable hug of the abyss. So we decided to name the top 10 Walking Dead episodes of the 2010s. But Woody, you ask, isn't that every episode of The Walking Dead so far? It is, and you need to chill the fuck out. I'm Woody Tondorf, and this is the Skybound Rundown. It's the panel to... You know what? There's no name for this. Let's just make some quick judgments and fight about it in the comments. I'm not your dad. Now, before we dive in, we have to go over some quick honorable mentions. First up, Season 1's Guts, where our heroes escape walkers by covering themselves in, you guessed it, daiquiris. Next up is Killer Within from Season 3. You know that one. That's the episode where Carl had to kill his mom after she gave birth to Judith. What a lighthearted romp. Oh, no. And who can forget Coda, where Beth nearly got saved until she fumbled on the 1-yard line and got shot in the face. That was not great. Speaking of getting shot in the face, JSS, where Carol went full John Wick on every single person who ever lived. And who could forget Carl's drawn-out death in 808 and 809? May we all be so lucky to drift off for months while everybody gets upset about it. And finally, Madison's Secret Santa gift of a hammer to Troy's head! Yeah, my pants are off. Now on to the real list. Number 10, Clear, better known as the one where Morgan went cray, like trying to kill Rick Grimes cray, like pineapples on pizza cray, like people who don't like Baby Yoda cray. It was made in a lab by a giant corporation for you to love it. You have no choice. Number 9 comes from Season 9, and it's called The Calm Before, but we knew it as the Heads on Pikes episode. Comic fans saw it coming a mile away and chose not to warn Enid or Tara, jerks. Alpha beheaded 3 mains and a couple red shirts in an episode that featured a fair, a Luke and Alden cover band, lovely, and baby fucking Huey, which again we've covered that we risked Sweet Jerry for, and that doesn't fly with me. Dang. Anyway, this set the stage for the conflict that we now lovingly call the Whisperer War, because A Quiet Place was taken. Speaking of heads, number 8 is episode 408, Too Far Gone, or the one where Herschel lost his head. The governor finally destroyed the prison, killed the Green Patriarch, and got full penetration from Michonne. And what comes after this? Well, it's number 7, Season 9's What Comes After, or the one where Rick got the fuck out of Dodge. Hey, the late Scott Wilson was also in this. Hey. The episode concluded with a massive 6-year time jump that gave Judith the ability to speak coherently and filled out the combat portions of her skill tree. Number 6 comes from Season 6. That's right, it's No Way Out, or the one where Carl shot his eye out. Well, actually, Ron shot his eye out. But still, this emotionally packed episode featured walker hordes, rocket launchers, minor characters dying horribly, and Rick going full Mel Gibson on some fools. I'm talking like Patriot Mel Gibson, not like real life Mel Gibson. That guy's scary.
Sometimes I just go nuts like now.
Number 5, The Grove. This classic feel-good episode made us all look at the flowers and remember that The Walking Dead doesn't mind spicing things up with a little child murder when they feel like it. Enjoy hell, Lizzie. Troy's waiting for you. Number 4, The Day Will Come When You Won't Be, aka the one where Negan beat Glenn and Abraham's brains in and turned Rick into a dog, metaphorically.
Oh my goodness!
And since I can already hear you guys saying, what about the episode that led to that? We'll loop 616 in here too, since it was essentially a 2-parter. These emotionally draining episodes served as the inciting incident for the next 2 seasons. Some would argue that's overkill, but this is The Walking Dead. I mean, look at Glenn's face. Number 3, Pretty Much Dead Already, which is not a reference to Alicia's storyline in Fear the Walking Dead. We're talking about the Season 2 episode, which finally answered the question, where's Sophia? And if you filled out Dead in a Barn, you're oddly specific and correct. This episode rocked fans and Carol to their core and was the beginning of the end for the Green Barn, and just when they were really starting to turn the corner towards wedding season, you know? Number 2, Days Gone By. We know, it can be tacky to include the pilot in the top 5, but this was a really solid pilot and it's also our list, so shut the fuck up. It literally opened with Rick killing an adorable little walker girl and ended with him trapped in a tank in Atlanta. It's one of the most comprehensive and world-building TV pilots in history. We said so. And finally, the number 1 Walking Dead episode of the 2010s. Season 5, Episode 1, No Sanctuary. This episode had it all. A wildly dangerous rescue mission, huge explosions, and emotional reunions. Plus, we could finally stop giving a shit about Terminus. And most fans agree these ingredients combine to make a perfect episode. And that wraps up the top 10 Walking Dead episodes of the 2010s. Season 8 fans, we're sorry you don't feel seen today. You were in the honorable mentions. Live your life. And for those of you enjoying Season 10, there will definitely be 1 or 2 episodes from the back half that could make a future list. Anyways, thanks for watching our compilations, panel to screens, trailers, top 5s, Talk Dead to Me, and more this year. 2020 is going to be huge. I'm Woody Tondorf. I'll see you in the comments. Have a happy holidays, and we'll see you next time.